Ooh, hey YouTube, I'm Leah Lauder in the cut, mega church cult survivor, spent 18 years in the can. And now I'm free as a bird, yeah. YouTube, I'm sorry that it's been a while since I've been on live. I've been fighting for my mental health actually. I've been fighting for my life, chair, but today I've managed to just throw this on, just throw it together. So I thought, let me come on and say hi. So YouTube, I am actually on live on TikTok and on Instagram, all at the same damn time. So we gonna do this and whatever. On TikTok, can I please remind you to like up the live? It does protect the space. It's really, really important that we try to protect the space. Don't watch the hair. You lot, I need to redo the hair, child. But still looking good anyway. All right. So what do I talk about? I spent 18 years in a church cult. So I'm like the cult lady and I speak all things cults. And what I want to talk about today is I want to talk about the manipulation and the gaslighting. Actually, I don't know what I'm going to talk about today, child, but we gonna get it popping and whatever. I am going to ask survivors, please do put any questions that you have in the comments. I'm happy to answer. Oh, thanks, Peter. Thanks, babe, because I'm answering to the comments on TikTok as well. All right. So basically what I want to talk about today is I want to talk about the recruitment, because we've been talking about a lot, but I don't think I've got much on YouTube about recruitment. So these mega church cults, they operate like businesses. Okay. And they have pyramid schemes and they're very position and ranking, very top heavy. You'll notice with these church cults as well that there'll be like this culture in there, or be like nepotism. And in my cult, all of the people at the toppest ranks of the pyramid scheme, and that's Dag Heward Mills, that's First Love, Mustard Seed, Pleasant Surprises, there's all different denominations around the world. All of them are related. All of them are related. At the top, Kakra Baden is Dag Heward Mills' brother-in-law. Then Emmanuel Baden's his nephew. The list goes on and on and on, chair. There's a lot of them. It's like a legacy that they're building. It's not a church, it's a legacy. And then you'll notice like where the nepotism is running rife in my cult. Because years ago, and this is why so many OGs are leaving. If you're an OG and you come across this content, please say hey. your girl is out here for us in the trenches, chair. So we started to notice over the years that Dag was just straight up just lying, and it was just becoming very contradictory. So, for example, one of the things that I remember him really banging on about was the fact that it was God's church, it's God's house. He doesn't know who's going to take over because it's not an institution. It's a spiritual institution, and it's God's house. So he always said that he didn't know who was going to take over. Anyway, as soon as Joshua finished sowing his royal oats in the University of Nottingham when he was studying law all those years ago, decided that he wanted to cosplay pastor. He's now a bishop. That's Dag Heward Mills' son. Because, Dag, he has an obsession with like YT televangelists, like the evangelical ones like Kenneth E. Hagan, this, that, and the third. Oral Roberts is another one that he's absolutely obsessed with, child. Benny Hinn. So he likes to have that, like them kind of whitey American like televangelists, they have like this legacy thing where they'll have like a son that's like a junior that takes over. And it's like, you know what I mean? So Dag really wanted that. But his oldest son, David, unfortunately was not interested in the ministry, not a day in his life. He did a little bit of worship when he came to a couple of camps, but David did not believe in his father's ministry, unfortunately. So, that's all I'm going to say about that. So then, as soon as Joshua started to pay an interest, then that's when Dag started doing up First Love. Because those pastors who were there historically and like OG members of it, they wouldn't have received Joshua. Do you know what I mean? They were like changing his nappy. And now he's like this big bishop and order. It just wouldn't have worked out. So he kind of created First Love as a legacy for his children and the pastor's kids, basically. Because what you see with First Love is it's a mirror of the old church that he discarded. And what I mean by discarded, that church cult, it used to be called Lighthouse Chapel International. It is no more. It is no more. Like he erased that name. Like there's certain denominations that are still called Lighthouse Chapel International, but it just used to be called Lighthouse Chapel International, all the branches. So Dag has discarded that church. That's as clear as day, chair. So now as a result of that, you can see that he's doing up exactly the same thing in First Love, where he's created this kingdom, this empire for his children, and then for his most loyal servants. So in Ghana, you've got Bishop Joshua Ewart Mills. That's like he's kind of like the resident pastor of First Love with his wife Patricia. And then over here in First Love London, you've got Pastor Kent. He might even be Reverend Kent, who knows? And then you've got LP Lady Pastor Yavela. That's Bishop Richard I's daughter. So it's almost like Dag said to Richard, "Oh, this legacy, Charlie, this is yours. You have built it. You have built the church. Yeah, LCI. You have built the church, Charlie. Here, take it for your children. This is your children's. This is the blessing of the generations, your children's children." You know, they do up all of that because Dag thinks he's a god and a king. I can guarantee that Dag was doing that up. I can guarantee you that Dag was doing that up. Thanks, Queen Ines, for what you're doing across the different social media platforms. I appreciate you. Woo! So you will notice that in these church cults, there will be nepotism, there will be a pyramid scheme, that it will be very kind of like, I want to describe it as there's always like this type of disciplinarian type of vibe to these church cults as well, because it's an authoritarian culture. And the malignant narcissist is authoritarian, is a dictator, is very tyrannical. So you'll see that there's just like no one to advise the tyrant. Do you get what I'm saying? It's just everything is just from top down. So it does. So you didn't need to go to my cult for this to resonate, because this is what they do up in there. It's like everyone's got to ask permission to someone, and there's always someone on top of someone that's got to ask someone. Like this is what I'm talking about, ranking positions. Oh, thanks, Queen. Thanks, Queen Nancy. And that's why when I start, that's why I say to people, please, like deconstruct, like watch your cult psycho ed stuff, like read around cult psycho ed, because when I saw with cults that everything's about ranking, positions, titles, I was just like, nah, because that's all I was saying when I came out. Like my first video, I was like, everything's about positions and ranking and title, and it's just everything's about and then with these cults, there's a culture of competition. There's a lot of competition in there. Competition to be a pastor, competition to be a pastor's wife, competition to be the best talented solo artist. Thank you, Queen. Like the competition, you know, there's always a competition in whatever. And then when you're in a ministry, they'll be making you compete against each other. Not even within the ministry, within the leaders. There's a really toxic culture in these cults with the leaders, where they're putting us in competition to bring in like all the souls. And then what happens is they create these elitist groups within the cult of like soul winners, evangelists, like prayer warriors. It's so weird. It's so weird. And then they just expect like all the mothers to be together. But then even within the stigma of mothers, there's like the cult leaders obsessed with breaking down women, especially women, like, because women are the machine behind the ministry, they're broken down and demonized the most. So my cult leader does a lot of like, I want to say emotional manipulation, mind control, around like women putting women in competition with each other when they're pregnant. So it's like, oh, now you are married and the Lord has blessed you and all your dreams have come true. You have had your wedding day. And now you're sitting here with your new baby and you have forgotten the Lord. You have forgotten everything that the Lord has done. So there's that emotional manipulation. It's the guilt. It's the fear of not being able to perform like in the ministry as you used to, wanting to prove to people that, you know, now the Lord has blessed you, that you haven't forgotten God. There's a lot of pressure. So a lot of women get ill. I've seen pastors' wives just giving birth, and like it's like they just gave birth on like Friday, and on Sunday they're there doing up church. And I've actually witnessed a pastor's wife, because she came back so quick, having to be hospitalized after having her newborn baby. Ooh, someone on TikTok said the manipulation I hate the most. And do you know what? That's you. And I can see you're a pastor, so I'm really happy that you've come on here to say that, because you're actually you're one of the first pastors to have come on here and actually voiced an opinion. Because do you know what, babe? You know how bad it is, yeah? It's not even about like religion or who's doing this or who's doing up that. It's the fact that people are getting ABUSED'd in there. People are getting financially exploited. Like women are getting SA'd, women are getting raped. People are. there are a lot of things that are going on in these unsafe spaces that we need to get together as one to stand up and say, like, this is what we all agree on. Like, these spaces are not safe. Like, anyone, like, you know, like, just everything is just a mess at the moment, in it. Like, what's happened is there's a lot of malignant narcissists that have been perpetuating this very toxic masculinity, this very, it's misogynistic. It's there to break down women, and unfortunately, they have infiltrated the church. That's what's happened. And you know, guys, I don't know if at this point there's going to be any fixing it within Pentecostalism. That's just what I feel. That's just what I feel. Do you know what I mean? But you know, each to their own. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. Is it? Ooh, Black Princess on TikTok said strange men. Because another thing that they do as well is they label women, and most of the time, majority of the time, they're breaking women down, and they're using very derogatory tones and rhetoric to speak about women. Okay, so when you look at all of the kind of doctrine around Jezebel, and they've only started recently saying, you know, over the past couple of decades, about bringing men into it, like, oh, Jezebels can be men. And that's only because, like, these men have risen up to do absolutely horrific things, so they've got no choice but to be doing that up. But anyway, whenever it's spoken about, you know, like some sort of eggshellized, lustful spirit or whatever, it's always in the feminine tone, and it's always about women. It's always like strange women, Delilah, Jezebel, this one, that, you know what I mean? Like that. And it feels like most of the examples about women are either it's on two Radicals in the Canon Bible. It's either she's some Jezebel or some sex worker like Rahab who hid the spies, or you know, she's Mother Mary. Do you know what I mean? She's Elizabeth. She's, you know what I mean? It's like, it's Esther. It's, you know what? It's two very strong extremes. Oh, thanks, girl. I appreciate you. And so I even find it hard myself to find myself in the Canon Bible. That's just me. That's just me. But we're not going to make it into religion. But I'm just talking about all of this to say that there are some very misogynistic rhetorics in these environments, which have unfortunately meant that women are just getting abused, hey, soft life, and just completely getting taken advantage of. That's what's going on in these church cult settings. So my whole purpose is that I come on here daily, and I spread awareness around the tactics and the characteristics. If you're just joining on YouTube, hey, I'm Leah Lord, a mega church cult survivor. And you might get trolls coming on because they're absolutely obsessed with me, Jer. But I get why. That's why I'm not mad at the trolls. I don't get mad at them anymore. Do you know what I mean? And I know what it's like being in that cult. I know what it's like being in a church cult. The women are not feminine. There's no femininity. Do you know what I mean? Like, and you know, these, oh God, you know, these single married husbands and wives, yeah, they spend more time and put more energy into not communicating with each other at all on a daily basis than they do actually building a relationship with one another. And then what they do is they go to the church cult on a Sunday, and they just go to like keep up appearances. Hey, babe. You know, like they don't wear their rings. Hey, I went on live with who? Oh no, I went on live with any trolls. I think they were trying to have to talk earlier, but I was letting them talk to prove a point how heavily and severely indoctrinated these people who attend these church cult spaces are. And I'm on live the same time as TikTok and YouTube, BTW. Yeah, so it's very misogynistic. So and one thing I want to tell you as well, the reason why I think that these environments break down women so much is because women are like the machine behind the ministry. Without women, it just wouldn't work. Do you know what I mean? Because they're the ones like giving all their time. They're the ones who do everything behind the scenes with the ministry. Like, women really do go in for the Lord. Do you know what I mean? Like, when you get a woman that has fully submitted herself and she is sold out for Jesus, oh God, you know, it doesn't, oh God, that woman's going to break her back. I was she. I was her. Are you having a laugh? A woman that's sold out for Jesus. Are you joking? Do you know what I mean? The most radical ones in there are women. It's just like there is so much competition amongst themselves. Ooh, this pastor's sounding woke. She's saying that there's so much competition amongst themselves. Yes, girl. And you know what? I'm going to strip this all the way back. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you something now. You see, within Christendom, There's so much competition. They're so divided and so broken up that even how I'm here speaking out, they can't even unify. They can't come together because there's so much cult characteristics and tactics, us versus them, isolation, elitism. I'm right, you're wrong. We do this. I'm better than you are, but they can't even humble themselves to come together. It's just a whole load of testosterone, just male ego. And that's why I said to you, at the core of it all, we're just dealing with men and some DJ. That's all this is about, or what of. That's all this is about, child. And they can't help themselves. That's why they're in there essaying and graping up the women as well. But anyway, yeah, a lot of competition, even within Christendom, to the point where you'll be telling them, do you know what it's like? It's like a marketplace. Oh, I feel like flipping some tables, child. It's giving marketplace. When they're out, you see them in the strip in Peckham. There's loads of them there from the top, from the library. You get me? All the way down to Peckham Ride, child. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now we're at the park. It's just, they're just out there recruiting. It's like a marketplace. That's what it's become. It's like this fake, cheap selling of Jesus Christ. That's what they're doing up. So there's a competition. So when they come and they approach you and they try to recruit you now, and you say, oh no, sorry, like I attend this church, they're not taking no for an answer. You know why? Because they see their church as being the best, because they do up so much competition in there. Guys, you see my cult, like back in the 2000s, oh my gosh, like guys, if a guy came from the outside, I'm talking about another church. I'm not talking about from the world. I'm talking about, and he could be, you know, really involved, a leader, whatever. They're not having it, because the woman's going to have to now go to the man's church, and they don't want to lose members. It's all about losing members. It's all about territory. It's all about competition. So there's a lot of competition to like keep the members, for them to not go anywhere. They're competing against each other when they're outside on outreach. They'll be throwing each other under the BUS chair just to get there to recruit other people's members. And what you will find, especially my top 3 of these church cults that are on my list, RPF, Charis, and First Love. You see these 3, what you will find is in each of these church cults, because my church is the goat, innit? So usually they would have come through my cult first and then gone to Charis and cult hop to RPF, or come from my cult and cult hop to NGRM, now in RPF. Like that's the pattern that I'm seeing. They all originated from my church cult, and then we see them like cult surfing and cult hopping. Okay, so someone's asked me on here, before I ask you that, Crystal, can you break down what projection is, please? Because a lot of people are throwing around terms because they've heard them on TikTok, haven't studied a day in their life, haven't given themselves over to deconstruction, haven't read books around what deconstruction is, hasn't consulted the work of theorists such as Carl Jung, but have heard it on TikTok when they're not supposed to be on TikTok because Pastor Austin's told you not to be doing up TikTok. But here you are talking about projection. RPF are not miles apart in doctrine and practice. What they are big on doing, though, is turning young people absolutely MAD. That's what RPF specialize in. They specialize in putting young people and young people into psychosis, because I know of quite a lot of young people who are fighting for their mental health right now, and a lot of parents have come forward concerned about their children, and friends concerned about their children and their family members that are in RPF. So it's because you're in RPF, babe. A lot of you lot, because you know why? Do you know why you're there, babe? Because RPF is a hyper spiritual environment, but they cloak it. They have a vibe there where it's like freedom, but it's not freedom. It's controlled freedom, because they're RADICAL. So they move in there. I haven't even been to RPF a day in my life, but I can tell what it's like from just the videos I've seen watching them live. It's very hyper religious. So people who have felt controlled, this, that, but they move a lot in the spirit. There's a lot of that spirit moving. And whereas from our cult, we didn't have that. There was no spirit chat. Everything was disciplined and controlled. It was like what Dag said. So that is why you're doing an RPF now. Look, now she's saying, I'm not in RPF. Have a nice day. Look at her. Look at you. Look at you, because I'm reading you for Phil through a computer screen. Through a computer screen. Oh, thanks, babe. But I'm going to give the trolls a little bit more time just because people are getting out of the cult. And what I'm realizing is I've got a mixed audience here. I've got people who have been following me for some time and I haven't brought up their cult yet that they're currently in. Or they've been following me for some time and then I start to mention their cult. And I've had members who have been like severely indoctrinated and really ABUSED'd in other cults. And now they've been attending RPF for 3 years. Hey, RPFers, how are you feeling, Crystal, you little church cult hopper? Crystal, you get the crown for being a church cult hopper. How many of these church cults you hop to, babe? How many you been surfing on the waves? You've been outside in these church cult streets, baby. So you started off at mine. Then where did you go after that? Did you end up in a YT Sound doctrinal church cult for a little bit? How did you get to RPF, girl? What was your journey? And you can come on here commenting up and doing and saying whatever you want to say, girl. But the Lord knows the truth, you and the Lord. So you can come on here and say what you want to say to make yourself better. But God knows, God sees you, girl. God sees you, girl. And this is the thing. This is what I love. Oh no, oh girl. I don't have any anger. Look at me, baby. I'm fabulous. Baby, if you look like me, you wouldn't be angry, girl. Do you know what I mean? Even, I don't even need a backup plan. Do you get me? I'll just call Trev. He's on speed dial. He is ready to settle down with your girl any day of the week, yeah. You get me? And I can still do up my TikTok and my little side hustle. And, life is good, girl. Life is good. You don't need to worry about me, chair. I am good, Crystal. Don't worry. Don't lose no sleep over me, chair. Do you know what I'm saying? It's just y'all I'm worried about church cult hopping, chair. Do you know what I mean? Because it's not, it's not good to be indoctrinated in there because they're just going to PIMP you out. Oh, yeah, Caris is all the same. They're all the same. Caris, they all use the same tactics. Like Caris wear yellow, First Love wear red. Do you know what I'm trying to say to you? Caris love to have their services in Hilton. First Love to have their services in, schools. They're in the Oval. So, my cult leader, he's a lot more undercover. Like, I think where David's messed up, especially like with the company's house records, I reckon that's what will get Caris in the end. Because they don't have a building, they're using that money to move around to different hotel spaces. With all of that income coming in, where's that money been going? Why is he paying? Like, that Hilton venue must cost dough. Like, why is David paying all that money to be like? Why is he paying all of that money to be in the Hilton in Edgware Road and Paddington and all of that? Why is he paying that? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, when he could just like save it and just have services from a cheaper building and then just purchase a building. I just don't understand. They could have got a building agent. Anyway, you see David, yeah, he's a different kettle of fish. Minano. Can I ask if you're requesting what you are requesting about? Because my setup is mad and I need to know what you want to contribute to the live because I'm on YouTube and Instagram and I don't know if we're going to be able to hear you. I hear it, but RPF is more like RCCG or TREM. I don't even know what TREM is. Nothing like Lighthouse. I think what happened was they outgrew their location back in 2015 and haven't been able to find a building big enough. Who's that? RPF. Oh, God. RPF is an MESS. I'm just waiting for RPF's time. Remember, I told you lot. Remember, I've been saying it. You see, even RPF, yeah? It's so mad how RPF came to my attention because it wasn't even through anyone. Okay, let me tell the story quickly. So before my first account on TikTok got completely locked off and cut off, yeah, indefinitely, I had a post. It was my first post that ever went viral. And I remember every time I was looking at the post, the numbers were just rolling, like it was just going viral, like just rolling. So I was like, oh my, I remember it looked like a casino, innit? So now that particular post caught my attention. It caught my eye. So now when I've gone on there, I've seen, and that was the first time that TikTok had generated a toolbar on one of my on one of my pieces of content. So now I'm seeing RPF, didn't think nothing of it, just left it. And in this video, I want to say that I was disassociating heavy. I was a mess, like especially in the early days, child. Like I really, yeah. So it was a video. I was upset. I was, it was a lot. So now, then it started saying RPF Church. So now I'm looking at it. This thing hasn't changed. It's like been like 7 days. Yeah, can you say what you want to contribute? Because I'm on you. And also, Gustavo, if anyone who wants to come on the live today, I got to see if YouTube will hear you. But anyone who wants to come on the live, this recording is going to stay on YouTube and it's going to be on Instagram. I'm not going to be able to delete it afterwards. I'm not going to be able to, I'm not going to be able to do that. So you need to also think if you're okay with your recording staying up on both platforms. All right. So what was I saying? What was the story I was talking about? Oh, I've lost it. Okay, well, what was I talking about, guys? TikTokers, do you remember the story, what I was getting to? Who asked you for your credit card? Oh, God, guys, it's popping off on TikTok. All right, I'm going to take a live guest in a moment, guys, and see if YouTube and Instagram can hear him. All right. Where's EK? North K. Oh, EK. Oh, my God. All right, guys, I'm going to see if YouTube can hear. Wait, I'm going to have to turn this down. Hello?
Wow.
Hello, you're gonna have to speak clearer. Hello?
Hello?
You gotta make sure that you're speaking right into the mic because I gotta see if they hear you.
I just wanna say, yeah.
All right, 1 minute. YouTube, can you hear him? Can you hear this survivor? Go on, keep speaking. 1 minute. Can someone go onto my YouTube so that we can see if we can hear him? Is Ines on here? Can she go on to see, or someone? All right, go on. Do you want to go on and then?
First Love, Caris, and Spat Nation. They're all frauds, fraudulent people. Yeah, they're fraudulent. They're absolutely fraudulent. They used my credit card. They asked me for my credit details. And they continued to give me a headache. There was a man by the name of Liam. He was an African man. Yeah, and there was another man called Edmund.
Okay.
Yeah, I used to go OK Club.
Yeah.
Yeah, and them guys, they asked me for my card, and I've refused it. And I refused, and I refused, and I refused. Do you know what one of the women from there told me?
What?
One of the women told me. One of the girls told me, yeah, wholeheartedly. One of them was trying to blow their back up, respectfully.
Who? What? One of the guys in there?
Yeah, one of the guys in there, acting like they're Mr. Preacher, talking in tongues. These times now they want to get in their knickers.
Okay, all right, guys, like up the live, please. So we've got YouTube. If you can hear that survivor, this is someone who was attending the North Kensington branch under my church called Mustard Seed Chapel International. They're talking about their experiences. So are you saying that did they do fraud with your details? Are you saying they tried to? Like what's
listen, Mrs. Lauder, if you see what they done to my credit card, your head will explode, darling.
But you're just coming out about this now. I can't believe it.
But there hasn't been a platform and I forgot about it.
Okay, all right. So what happened then? Can you break down to us what they did?
They okay. What?
We can't hear you.
I was a member. I was going there all the time. Like I was going there all the time, and it became a thing where they were like, show your devotion to us. So I'm like, all right, like I'm devoted. Like I praise. Like, I praise.
Who told you to show your devotion?
This funny ass person called EK.
Okay, EK. Oh, okay.
Alright? I remember one time, I said I ain't got no money. They said, alright, cool. I'll give me your card. And they tried to get a credit card loan now. Mustard seed, not first love. First mustard seed.
Oh my God. And how old were you at the time? So how old were you when you started
15,
coming?
15.
And then, but then when did they do that with your card? Because were you
They done it with my card when I was 16, when I just turned. So basically, I'd say 17, late 16. I could get a card by then.
Oh my God!
An Aqua card, Aqua. Do you know Aqua?
Yeah. No, he said. I said when he got confused. He joined at 15. He said that the credit card, it was around late 16, early 17. That's why I was asking, because that wasn't making sense to me as well with the card.
Sorry, they offered me an Aqua card. So that's when they asked me, "Do you have an Aqua? Like, do you have any cards?" Sorry, and I was like, "No, why?" And they were like, I can help you get money, and you give for the church, and the church will give back. So I was like, what?
And this was done by a guy called EK in North K in the South.
Do you remember Pastor Matthew?
Pastor Matthew? No.
And who was the short bald head guy?
Oh, Pastor Michael.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you turn down the music, bro, so we can hear you?
Is it a safe platform?
Yeah, but this is staying on YouTube and Instagram, so you got to make sure that it's stuff that you want to stay on the net.
Refute everyone in Mustard Seed, Caris, First Love. Refute them with a passion, please.
Okay, so is there anything else you wanted to add, or was it just that you just wanted to expose them for exploiting young people trying to get there?
Yeah, just expose them. Stay away from them. They draw you in. Yeah, Corpel. I feel unsafe, Corpel, because they draw you in. It's like you always get kids at a vulnerable stage. Because we're weak at that stage. And then they feed on you. They prey on you.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for your experience.
I'm so grateful now. I left that place. I will never look back.
Because you were there, because they recruited. Well, was it me? Did I recruit you in? Or was it someone else?
No, you was too. You did recruit me because you was fine.
Okay, all right. You see what I'm saying? This is what I'm saying, guys. The recruitment, they're following pretty gal in there. They're not. Do you get what I'm saying? That's all it is. That's what Licky's even saying it.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
That's what they'll do. They'll just, especially if the girls.
You was like the one that reached out to the people.
Oh, I appreciate you.
So I feel sorry for what they've done to you. They tell you from Beyonce to Mrs. Doubtfire.
It's true though. They absolutely destroyed my life, and I was unrecognizable. So
you was like next top model, and then you turned into next. You know what I mean? No disrespect.
Oh, thank you. Well, because I'm on YouTube.
I have some friends. I don't know. You spoke to my friend Liam Neeson yesterday.
Oh my gosh, he's pausing. I know he's just gonna get inappropriate. This is good.
I'm driving. I'm looking at ways. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Because you know what I was gonna say. Maybe jump back on another time, because I'm on YouTube and Instagram at the same time.
I want to big up the YouTube. I want to big up the YouTube, man, and I want to say, forget this cult stuff.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming on, and come back on again so I can ask you a bit more questions, because I'm on Instagram and YouTube at the same time. I can't.
Is this live? Can anyone hear? Is it all live?
Yeah, it's all live.
Will it be recorded? Because I want this stuff I want young kids to see what I'm
saying. Yeah, it is. It's got to be on YouTube and Instagram. That's what I'm saying. So is there any?
I think I received chronic illness, because I seen you receive that, and I think I've got the same things. I think I've been diagnosed.
What do you mean?
Because I've been getting I don't know. I just wake up.
Guys, do you think this is trolling? Because I thought this was a young person from actual. I thought I knew who this was, but as they're talking now, I'm thinking, is this a troll?
No, it's not. Yeah, trolling. I'm not a troll. I'm not a troll.
Because it sounds like a young person that was going. And if you continue, I'll bait up your name if that's you. You know them ones.
No, it's not. It's not.
Because it sounds exactly like him. That's why I thought, oh yeah, it is. It's like capping in it because he sounded like a young person that I speak to on the regular. So this is why I thought that it was him, because he sounds the same. But I'm going to say that I think this is a troll. So
it's not a troll.
Mods, can you block him?
Why?
Let's block him.
Oh, so you're part of the cult now?
Yeah, let's block him, because that's not feeling like, and that's just so ignorant. Like, why you'd come on here like troll? People are on here like pouring out their heart and soul. We've just wasted that time on a live as well for someone to come on and do that. It's absolutely disgusting. Thanks, Queen. So guys, we've just had someone from a church cult that's come on to troll and speak absolute human fecal matter, but he did know names. But guys, that's the thing. He did know names because he knew Pastor Michael. He's mentioned another name called EK. So he did mention names, but I don't know if it's someone. It might be someone that's still inside of the cult and that's using some of the information that they know from before to come in and troll and do that on the space. So I'm really sorry. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I thought it was that's what I was thinking, that it was the young person. Okay, so Star's on here and Star's saying, because he's come on before, and Star's saying that it is a survivor who's come on here before, and that's who I thought it was, because he does troll me like on a regular. He's the guy from the other day. He came a couple of days ago. Oh, okay, so it is him. Yeah, because he's got that quirky sense of humor. But because I thought, when I said, is it who I thought it is? And then he said, no. That's when I said, oh, let me just block him. But if it is him, he'll call me and he'll tell me anyway. So I'll have an update. Yeah. Oh, hey, Uncle Robs. Hey, Juanita. Hey, guys. I don't know, my love, but it sounded like a survivor that I speak to. Yeah, Tony, it sounded like a survivor that I speak to, like from the ends, but I don't know. I'll have to find out later. So anyway, guys, I can't validate what that claimed survivor is saying, just because it was going to the point where it was starting to give trolling. So I'm gonna have to discredit what he said. We're not gonna have to be able to take that on. Hey guys, but what I will say is let's just continue doing up the characteristics of a cult. Let's continue exposing them up. I don't think I'm gonna take any more lives, because that has just absolutely wasted my time. And I was getting a nice clean recording across. I should have just gone with my gut and not accepted them. So I made a bit of a mistake with that. But it's all good. Yeah, I'm on the YouTube. I'm on these YouTube streets, girl. That's why I've got the top on. I'm in these YouTube streets. You never know. I might go on a date though. You never know. Anyway, guys, let's get into it. Cult tactics and characteristics and things that they use. All right. So, oh yeah, anytime, girl. That's my sister. So cults are very manipulative. They gaslight, they tell a lot of lies. But one thing I do want to quickly talk about is trolls. Okay? Because the trolls are severely and heavily indoctrinated. And guys, they'll do anything. They'll do anything to come on and have an opinion and try and discredit what we're saying and everything that's going on. And it's just given, guys, you know, when you're outside of the self-sealing system and you're on the outside looking in, you can just see how it's like insanity. Remember I said to you that Einstein said that insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. And this is what they're doing. They're out doing outreach, doing the same thing, trying to force people. And the people will come and they'll stay for like sometimes 3 months, 6 months. And then they're so controlling in there. They're so EVIL that people start to clock it. And then they just don't want to be in the environment anymore. And they say, oh, forget this. I can't do this anymore. And they leave. And because these relationships that they form in these church cults, they're very transactional. So it's very much based on like, okay, I'm going to pay for your cab, but it's under the, I'm going to pay for your cab, but the condition is, the small print is that it's going to bring you straight to church. You're coming to the church. Now, if you were really desperate one day and you needed the cab to go somewhere, they wouldn't be doing up paying for the cab. So that is just done because it's like they want you to come to the church cult. So they will go, like these young people will go broke. They will go broke trying to get people to come to the church on Sunday, paying for Nando's, spending money that they don't have. So a lot of the time, a lot of the time it's just regurgitated tactics, regurgitated rehearsed scripts that they're doing up. They're outside in the street 24 hours a day recruiting people. It's not outreach and it's not evangelism, it's lies. They've been lying. That's all they've been doing up in there is lying. I was in there for 18 years. I gave this false doctrine and I gave this high control group 18 years of my life. That's what I was doing up. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I can tell you inside and out how these mega church cults work. I can tell you how they work. They're like a machine. And so the reason why they want to get me off the net is because I'm exposing their so-called hidden secrets and tactics, because it's like a secret society in there. It's giving, you know what, a naughty. That's what it's giving. Like, you've got to be in there and they've got to trust you. It's like you've got to jump through all of these hoops and you've got to show yourself worthy. And then another thing that they do up a lot as well is the test of time. Does this resonate with any survivors? The test of time. So they constantly have to recruit. Yeah. Tony, help me in the comments, man. There's a constant drive for recruitment. Do you know what, guys? Out of all of the cult characteristics that I stumbled upon, yeah, I think the main one for me was when Dr. Yanya Lalich said, with cult characteristics, there is a constant drive for recruitment and there is a constant drive to raise funds. And when I just read that, I said, the penny just dropped. And the way that she puts them, like, there's a constant drive for recruitment, then there's a constant drive to raise funds, because the two go hand in hand, you see. That's why they're right after each other. Because the whole purpose of these events, they know they're going to have loads of people there. The people are going to be giving offerings. People are going to be buying the merchandise for the event. Because don't you notice with these events, there's always like a little merchandise, like a little book that you got to buy, or a little hoodie that you got to buy, or a little top that you got to buy. You know what I'm saying? And then when they have their events and people are coming from all over the country, it's like they got to pay for a hotel. They got to pay for it. All adds up. It all adds up. It all adds up. It all adds up. So it's all about money. That's all it's about. It's all about money. That is at the very core of why these establishments are so pressed and so hyper focused on this winning souls, winning souls, winning souls. There's always money you have to spend, whether direct or indirectly. My sister's saying, yeah, that's it, man. You got that. And that's what I'm saying. Like, people are like, oh, Leah, would you ever go to church again? All right. Hear me and hear me well. I'm never going to say never, because I don't want the Lord to humble me and send me back. No, don't let me go. I don't want to go. I want to go. Don't let me get out my red Dorothy shoes. There's no place like home. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to go back, man. But some of the reasons why I can't attend currently is because I'm just not rich enough to attend these institutions right now. Tony, I don't think we've got the peas, girl. Do you know what I mean? It's high cost of living, everything you have to pay for in there. I haven't got the money. That's the first one. Number two, I'm too fine. I'm gonna get too much HATE. It's gonna require a lot of my energy. The gal them in there are haters. as this lady saying in here, I'm not gonna say her name because it's on the recording. She's a pastor. She was saying earlier that they're in competition, and it's true, girl. That's why I can't be up in there. Maybe I think I could attend your church though, because it's not giving hating, girl. I did my little clap in there, child. We got it just in time. So what are they saying on TikTok? Yes, they are more concerned about the administration part of recruiting and raising funds, child, and being in competition. The gal them in there, you know, if I go to these church cults on Sunday, yeah, they're gonna think that I'm after their pastors. You know, they're gonna think that I'm after the first lady's husband and all the gal them in there with their low earning husbands that they have, because, oh yeah, babe, I really want your life. Take me back. Take me back, dear Lord, to the days when I used to pay 50-50. Take me back, Lord, take me back, dear Lord, to the days when I used to break my life so bad. I want to be married to someone who HATEs me. I want to be married to someone who doesn't blow my back out. Oh, please, please, let it be me. Let it be me, Lord. When is it going to be my turn? Do you know what I mean? It's like, babe, you think I want that? You think I want that? You think I want to be doing up 50-50 and all of that? No, baby. I'm going to leave them ninjas in there for y'all. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can have them, Jam. Do you know what I mean? Like, no one wants them, baby. Oh, someone on Instagram said, the only time I'll ever go to church, it will be for entertainment. Ooh. And you know what? That's so unfortunate. That's so sorry, guys. Girl, you got jokes. You in the wrong line of work, girl. You need to go and do some stand-up comedy, child. Some people are asleep. Oh my days. Imagine she said she's only going to go there because these churches have turned into circuses. It's true. YouTube, do you know what? Yeah, because I'm healing. I'm trying to do things the right way. So I've got a very limited laptop. So I can't, if I had more technology, I would have been able to pull it up. Do you know what I'm saying? All right. Somebody else said, I can't lie. The only time I go to church is if I have a new hairstyle to get compliments. Ooh, cha. Hey, Hosanna. And you know what? It's so sad. But you know what? That's what happens majority of the time. Remember, I said to you, a lot of gal them that are in there because they like someone that they've seen in there. And they want to wear their tight dress that they bought from Shein or wherever. Because I heard that PLT, that they're changing up their fit there. So I'm going to just say Shein. And they want to come. They want the guys to be looking. Do you know what I mean? Ooh, that's misogynistically. Yeah, because this is how they talk in the church cult. Do you know what's crazy? At the core of it, this is how the pastors see the women that are coming with their tight dresses, we can see all their shape, everything. They think that they're Jezebel, that they're sent from the actual pit of you know where. And they all come in like, oh, my pastor's fine with it. They love me. They accept me for who I am. Blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? They're just love bombing the hell out of you, Jam. Do you know what I mean? Just selling you a dream. These times, it's in the doctrine. The cult leader has written a book called Strange Women in which he berates and breaks down women when he says that if you're wearing something to show this. So basically, my cult leader in his Strange Women book, he said that the only thing that this is good for is to breastfeed children and for your husband's pleasure. Okay? So that's the kind of rhetoric, because he's like, oh, what else would you want to show them? What else would you want them to be seen? For myself, because they look good. I can see them. That's why they're faced in front of my face and not my derriere. That's why they're face here, because they're for me, child. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, what do you mean? Do you know these pastors? They turn you into Barbara the Builders and pick Mishas in there. That's what they do up. That's what, because I was never desperate. Guys, look at me. I get man. I was never like male focused, because I get man. Do you know what I'm saying? It was never about man, marrying, being a pick me. That was not in my DNA. It was when I started to go to these church calls, everything's about beloveds. Everything's about marriage. You know how many people have married the wrong person young? Oh my gosh, you lot don't understand, man. And there's just no compatibility. They just got nothing in common. They're just living in these unalive marriages because of these church cult settings. And it's the indoctrination, because it's within the epigenetics as well. So it's like throughout the generations, there's been this indoctrination through this rhetoric that it's like, yeah, marry. It avoids fornication and sin. But one thing I will tell you, you don't go and marry, in it. That's why when I see these gal them in here, these young little girls that are going to be divorced in a couple of years, coming and having some chat, I'm like, baby, you went to go and get married because you were trying to avoid fornication. Now, when you're in the marriage, when was the last time that you did that up? When was the last time you got your back blown out? I think I hear crickets. And this is what happens, guys, because in there, it's like they make sex like forbidden, like it's risky. Like, you know what I mean? Like the forbidden fruit. And they dangle it as a carrot to like coerce young people to get married. So a lot of the time, the young people are already sleeping with each other. Do you understand? Behind closed doors, but acting like they're holier than thou. A lot of the time, they won't get caught. The only time they get caught is if the girl gets, you know what, and she doesn't get rid of. Because a lot of these gal them, they'll be praise and worship leader, child. And when they're leading praise and worship, and they're in their glory, they're in their season for ministry, they're being lifted up. Everyone's telling them they're anointed. The pastor's telling them they're going to go on this pastor's program. They start chatting to a brother in the church. Before you know it, they've done it. Now she's with child. But if she comes out about that, she's going to lose everything. Her ministry, this, that. The other guy's going to lose his title. So do you know there's people in these high-ranking positions who have just gone to the clinic and just got it sorted out and come and stand there and do praise and worship? You know why she can do that? Because she's done many of those before she came into the church cult. So that all of them scriptures around all of that, it doesn't even affect her. She's numb. She's already had about 10 or 15 of them. So what does it, what's it going to be to do one more so that they can maintain their titles and their positions? You see these church cults, they're very dark places. Very dark places, guys. I've seen it all. And that's why I say to you that when I say I find these places more darker than the streets, I ain't telling you a lie. I might tell you a joke, but I won't tell you a lie. Because if I'm in my hood and it's late, I know I got more of a chance that if I scream or if I shout or whatever, there's going to be someone like on the street that's going to know me, or do you know what I mean? At least there's a sense of community. You see, in these church cults, everything's fake. Everyone, it's like man eat man. You know that man eat man world or whatever. You know, when it's just like everyone's out for themselves, people are stepping on necks, like it's mad in there, man. Everyone's trying to get to the top. Like that lady was saying, she was saying everything's a competition. Yeah, because they make everything a dog eat dog world. Thanks, Uncle Robs. You're such a king. A dog eat dog world. That's exactly what it's like in there, man. We're like crabs in a bucket. Always trying to attain this level of like spirituality or leadership. Or and me not know. To this day, me not know what they want. Me not know. To this day, I still ask, what is it that they want from me? What did they want? What did they really want? What did they really want? I still ask myself, like, raw, like, what did these people want? Because I gave them everything, man. And it still wasn't enough. I want to leave you with that for a minute. Imagine giving your everything. Like your blood, sweat, and tears, your money, you give everything. You put everything on that altar. Your family, your finances, your future, your ministry, where you're going after life. Hey, girl. You put it all on the altar. And it all turns out to be a lie. Your soul, your everything, man. Never again. Black Princess, that's why I'm not dating. That's why I'm not dating, girl. I'm just enjoying me. I'm just enjoying my life. I'm just enjoying, getting to know me, being with me. I haven't had this time. I want to be free. I don't want to have to be thinking about what someone thinks and, just this. I ain't got time for that, man. I ain't got time for none of that. And there's a lot of, I feel like I don't want to get into a situation where I'm trapped ever again. Do you know what I mean? And most men do try to trap me. They love to trap your girl, child. Do you know what I mean? Like we're always talking about women that want to trap men. What about the men that want to trap the women? We don't talk about that enough, child. Do you know what I mean? But them church gal them, they won't have a clue what I'm talking about. You gal them won't know, will you? You've never had a man try to trap you. A man tried to trap a woman? Oh God, I'm shocked. I'm so shocked. You ain't got that sauce, baby. You ain't got that sauce. You need you need pastor. You need daddy. You need daddy to tell that man to marry you, child. All right. So is every marriage, I've got some comments because I'm sure Crystal's a troll and I've been giving them a little bit of time. If I can manipulate the question to make it palatable for, the survivors and to fit the rhetoric of what we're trying to say, because that's exactly what y'all pastors do over there. So I'm going to see if I can do that with some of y'all little comments over here and whatnot. So is every marriage in the church broken? Well, what I'm going to say to you, babe, is I want you to go and ask your pastor. especially if you go to RPF, go and ask Pastor Austin, because a lot of these pastors claim to be prophets. Me, on the other hand, I'm not the Lord Jesus Christ. I'm not God. So I can't see every marriage in every single church around the world and say if they're broken or not. So that's my first response to you. Is every pastor deceptive? Again, I'm going to say the same thing again, my love. I'm not God. Again, you'd have to go and ask your pastors, because they never want to not have an answer. So I'm sure they'll pluck something out of their derriere to tell you, my love. So again, you might want to take it back to the church cult that you're attending. I just don't have the answers. So what I'm going to say is that, again, I don't know all the pastors all around the world. So I couldn't possibly make a judgment call as to, you know, if every pastor's deceptive or not. Oh, she's asked, is every man a dusty? Again, where are these questions coming from, Jer? Do you know what I mean? Because how can every man be a dusty? That's not possible, is it? So no, I don't think every man can be a dusty, but dustiness is a mindset as well. It's just that dusty mindset. Very, you know, those men that are very insecure, they're jealous of women. You know, they don't want to be providers. They want a mum. They want a mother. They want a mother and a lave and a servant. They don't want a LOVER. They don't want a woman that's going to push them to their potential and challenge them. They want to coast. They want to be comfortable. They want to be your regular degular. They want clock in and clock out, child. That's what they want to do. They don't want any excitement. They just want to do, and there's nothing wrong with this. Again, you know, everyone's each to their own, and some of them, and they only, most of these dusties, they're not clocking in anywhere. They've got no abode. they're just going from yard to yard, child. They're just going yard to yard. But anyway, I would love for you and a current member to sit down. Never. Never, child. Never. No, girl. When you were serving under Reverend Edmund, do you think he was only after money? Look, now she's even baiting herself out. When you were serving under Reverend Edmund, so you're clearly in the car. Y'all are so... Oh my God. You know what I think it is? I think it's because you lot have been in that cult for so long. You don't know how to have interactions, you know, with people on the outside. So you think you're being like really slick and really, but it's like you just kind of show yourselves, you know, in the stuff that you write and that. It's quite, do you know what? If I don't laugh, I'll cry, because it's really, it's guys, as much as, because you know I have to make it laughable because this is sad. In it, Robs, this is so sad. Like, I feel sad for you, like that this is your life. Yeah. Oh, you left after the Big Six saga. Oh, they've left. Oh, all right. What branch were you in? Do I think they're only after money? Well, you know me. I don't ever feel like Reverend Edmund was after my money. That's the thing. And some people might say that I've got Stockholm syndrome. I don't care. I've got to speak my truth. I've got to be honest. You know what I mean? Like, because I don't think that he was a money grabbing man. I think that Reverend Edmund is an honest man. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I don't think he was trying to get money out of us. In fact, I think that he made a lot of sacrifices for that place. He has made a lot of sacrifices for that place. Even his Merry Christmas. Someone on TikTok said Merry Christmas, babe. I love it when I get someone like that, like a weirdo like me. He just says like random thing. I love it. I hope you've got your tree up. Make sure you get yourself some lights and you get that star right on the top of that tree, baby. You make sure you cook that big roast chicken and you got that potatoes with that veg and whatever. So yeah, I don't feel like he was after the money. I genuinely felt like Reverend Edmund loved me for me. Guys, I don't care how stupid this makes me sound, but I did think that, and I genuinely think that he was trying to help me. I don't think that he was after the money. I think that the cult GROOMED'd him as a young man at 19 years old to make him feel like he was collecting this money and had to raise this money, you know, on behalf of the cult. Yeah, but someone might have a different opinion and think that he's totally corrupt and is aware and knows what he's doing. Do you get what I'm saying? But that's just, I can only speak from my lens. Because remember, it's going to be through the lens of the way I was treated. And, oh, I don't know, guys. I don't really want to talk about him too much tonight. When you were serving under Reverend Edmund, do you think, oh, okay, I've already answered that. All right, the church I was in, I can't lie, even though I'm not with the denomination, my pastor only cared for me with love and patience. Yeah, what do you think North K wanted from me? Like, and she claims to have left 6 years ago. Yeah, girl, you sound like you left 6 years ago, girl. I believe you. What do I think North K wanted from me? My derriere. That's what I think they wanted from me, girl. Like, I don't know. You're gonna have to tell me. What did they want? What did North K want? What do they want? What do they all want? They want the same thing. They want bums on seats. They want money. They want targets. They want to look like, you know, but they know if they sell it to people like, oh, you know, this is a pyramid scheme. We want to make this money. We have to make this much by the end of the month. People they're going to walk out. They're going to leave. So what they do is they convert money into souls. Remember, I've coined this term of spiritual currency exchange, where they change the meanings of things. So one of them is like money. So souls are the currency in the church. Oh, I've just hit the nail on the head. Souls are the currency in these church cults. So they change the meaning of wealth in context to the self-sealing system. And so they package it like you've got to win the lost at any cost. Your treasures are not here on earth. They're being stored up in heaven. Like, and what are your treasures? It's like this soul winning. They believe that all of the soul, they've basically told us in these mega church cults, yeah, listen to this, guys, that the more souls you win, the bigger your mansion will be in heaven. Oh my God, you know, I actually feel sick saying this. I think I'm gonna need a moment, guys. Oof. Oh my God, that's made me feel physically sick. You know that I was that DUMB, like I was just, guys, I just wasn't there, man. I mean, to believe this human fecal matter, you got to be rock bottom, innit? You got to be rock bottom, man. You got to be that desperate and that low and down in the dumps, you know, that you would result to believing in something so ludicrous. I mean, it doesn't even align, you know, it's taken well out of context. Yeah, yeah, girl, is that a king or a queen? You know, yes, a queen. You know, you know they're going to be screaming at the screens. But how could it possibly equate? You know, they say, oh, the more soul, every time you win a soul, it's like another brick in your mansion. And you know, my cult leader used to go as far as to say, like, because you know, do you remember that woman that wrote that book? What was her name? Chu Thomas, Heaven is Real. Do you not remember that woman, Chu Thomas, that wrote Heaven is Real? Now I'm speaking to my OGs, but some people might know the book I'm talking about, younger people. Anyway, this was another woman that my cult leader endorsed. And basically, it's this book that she says, she claims that she went, like, Christ took her to heaven for a certain amount of time and then took her to HELL for a certain amount of time. And she was talking about like the mansions. And I think she said that she saw like certain celebrities in HELL. Anyway, this woman done lied. She had prophecies and stuff in there. She's unalive now. Like nothing came to pass. Like she's just seen as a false prophet, child. But at the time, because remember, Christians will lap up anything, child. They literally will. I'm sorry, guys, and I'm not speaking for all Christians, but most Christians will lap everything up. Most Christians, if you're honest to yourself, if you're somewhere, most, I'm not saying all, but most, if you're out somewhere, you're in a work do, you're out, you will more be drawn towards the Christian. That's most likely EVIL than maybe a Muslim girl or a Hindu girl or someone who looks like a pagan or whatever. And it's not You know, like imagine everyone all blacked out, black eyeliner, black. They wouldn't want to be with someone like that. They'd see it as demonic. But because of their perception of what demonic is, because it's all like fairy tales in there. Remember, I told you it's like Game of the Thrones. They've got this invisible enemy, dragons, demons crawling out of the walls, invisible people coming to life, women turning into mermaids. It's absolutely ridiculous. They're into more of that stuff than the New Age community. That's what they're doing up in there. That's what they're doing up. Do you know what I'm saying to you? So guys, there's a lot of smoke and mirrors. There's a lot of like this girl on Insta was saying, it's just an absolute circus. Like that's what it is, child. So by winning souls, you're building your mansion. I thought the mansions are already waiting for us. I thought Jesus already built them. Thanks for this comment. Yeah, it's a lot of it gets taken out of context because that woman. So basically, where that rhetoric has come from is a lot of false doctrine from these false teachers like Chu Thomas. So basically, when she claimed she went to heaven, she basically said that Christ cooked some fish for her and something, and then he showed her around the different mansions, and she said that when she went to heaven, she saw a woman's house, and because her name was Pearl, the mansion was made all out of pearls. So my cult leader took that example from that book, and he was like, oh, you never know. If your favorite color's pink, it might be a big pink house. Or if you like gems, you know, they might make it all out of something that you really like and have your, like, that's what I talk about when I say they sell us a dream. These guys are actual, like, they're not even dodgy car salesmen. Like I don't even know what to call them guys. Like, it's so sad. Like, I really don't know what to call it because they're selling us invisible food. Oh God, please let the new, what's the latest generation? We really need them to wake up, man. You know, like this, is it Alpha X? That's our only hope, man. You know, like us lot, like the millennials and the Gen Zs, our kids, they are our hope for a better world and a better society. It's our kids, man, because it's just absolute human fecal matter. Like, these men are selling invisible things. Gen Alpha, thanks, Queen. They're selling invisible things, not even blessings, guys. Like, it's almost like plots of land and mansions in heaven that you can't even see. Like, it's not tangible. Oh my God, it's so sad. Like, when I think about them, like I was so disassociated from reality, man. I was so disassociated. I was just so vulnerable. I was so naive. My mental health, you know, I think because I don't even know, because remember, I left all the mental health support services because the pastors were telling me that it was demonic. Therapists are not from the Lord. There's no tablet that can heal me because it's demons. I need to keep coming to the church cult. That's another way that my cult, they say they don't do deliverance, but they do in their little conventions and whatever, but not like the way UCKG do it. But that's how they keep you trapped in the self-sealing system, because they say, oh, keep coming and you'll be delivered as the time goes on. Whew. So souls is the currency. They change the meaning of wealth in the self-sealing system. So when it comes to like giving to the profit, to the organization, to the whatever, you will have to give physical money, child. That's when you got to get out your mammon. That's when you got to get out seeds as coin, child, because it belongs to them, child. It belongs to the cult leaders, to pastor, to prophet. But then now, when they're coercing you to give and they want you to give, do you see everything will be about things that you can't see, the unseen, things that are not tangible. So when they want you to give, they'll be doing up invisible blessings, things that are not tangible, mansions in heaven, this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. But then when it comes to giving now, they want your physical money. You can't go there and be like, oh, I pledge my mansion. You know, someone should go in there and write a fake check and just be like, you know, like write out a check like the kingdom of heaven, write them a £1 million check. Yes, I gave £1 million. I've given you £1 million with my kingdom check. Cha-ching, cha-ching. Hey, RFS tables, I've given you my kingdom check. That should do it. That's my tithe for many lifetimes worth of tithes with this. This kingdom check can get you a lot, child. A whole lot of nothing, a whole lot of BS, like what they sell us, what they shove down our throat with this false doctrine, this cheap, false doctrine. All right, let's go to the comments. Yes. Not all people who leave have the same opinion. I just don't understand your attack on the churches that have nothing to do with LCI. Because I got friends, Crystal. I'm loved outside in these streets. And I've got friends that have become family, Crystal. And what I'm going to say to you is that I love those people. I love them like family, Crystal. And it doesn't mean that because they didn't attend my church cult that I won't advocate and speak on their behalf. I will, Crystal. I will. And I'm going to fight for what I believe in, and I'm going to fight for the survivors. So I'm going to say justice for the collective. And it doesn't matter what church cult you came from, whether it's RPF, whether it's Caris, whether it's First Love, whether it's NGRM, whether it's Faith and Victory. It doesn't matter, my love. They're going to get exposed in the cut. You know, I swear down, I got BPT, you know. 1 minute I'm like down in the dumps, like, oh, I'm so depressed. And the next minute I'm like doing up game show. But this is just me, guys. This is me in my entirety. This is me. A person saved by grace, humbly. With you, I'm something, but without you, I'm nothing. No. And this is me. This is me. You know, when you get me in a good mood, chat. Ooh, ooh, ooh. When you get me in a good mood, I'm on 10, chat. Get some of this energy today, chat, because I don't know when it's going to come back. Receive it. Receive the energy of joy. Receive the energy of motivation. Receive the energy of the resurrecting power of our Lord Jesus Christ. Receive it. Are you ready? Take it 1. Take it 2. Take it 3. But imagine like, I need to think like someone's head. You know, you got to be, take it 4. Take it 5. You know, it's like a lot of force in there, Jah. It's a lot of force. Oh, thank you. I love you too. I love you. Woo! These trolls. I don't know. I've been playing with the trolls today. Mama's been playing. Mama's been having some fun and whatever. Big Mama. In it, all Kansas is doing Big Mama. All right. You can't make generalizations. Oh, no. Of course I can't. That would just be wrong of me. If I made generalizations, would I be your pastor? Would I be Dag, you and Ms? Do you know what I mean? All right, I'm just not going to read your comments anymore, babe, because it's not worth my time. But thanks, Crystal, for writing an essay. Thanks for helping pump the algorithm. That's why I've given you the time of day. It's been a really good turnout on YouTube, actually. I'm really happy. So thanks, Crystal, because you know what? I know you church workers, you love to whack. You love to do the whacking for the Lord. Whacking. Like up the live TikTok, that's not enough. Whacking for the Lord. Working for the Lord. Working for the Lord. Working for the Lord. Working for the Lord. Working. You know, it's like, you lot love to put in that work, Jah. So when you lot, I'm just going to let you lot work because you lot don't want to break. Do you know what I mean? You want to be like these soul winners. Do you know what I mean? You want to be these soul winners at every opportunity you get, every opportunity you get and that you're allowed to have. Because in your cult, you can't have an opinion. But here, you know what I find so crazy? Do you know the way and guys, this is where I'm going to start winding down, yeah, because I think we've had a great time. And especially for TikTokers, I feel like we've had a good run on there. The thing is, I could stay on YouTube a little bit more and just vibe with YouTube, to be honest, and lock it off on it. But TikTokers don't come, you lot don't come on YouTube, man. TikTokers are so like, it's such a free, inclusive space, but we are bougie though. The TikTokers like to be on TikTok. We like what we like, and it like that's what it is. Period. Point blank. I know, y'all. I know what my TikTokers like a while. Do you know what I mean? So YouTube is like, you can watch it from the TV or whatever. So you could have it on and then be on your phone, chat. But yeah, so guys, oh yeah, no, we're gonna do. Oh yeah, because you're not on TikTok, babe. You're not on TikTok, chat. But we're having one on the 20th of April. We're having a Survivor link up on the 20th of April. I'm yet to confirm the time, but I'm gonna do up confirming the time. Guys, I'm gonna be, you know, I'm booked and busy, child, because the week before the 20th, I've got a YouTube thing that I'm recording. And then the following week we'll be doing up Survivor link ups. Booked and busy. Oh God, Ines, you're so, yes, girl. Ines is policing up the social media spaces. Yes, girl. That's what I'm saying. That's why, you know, like, because guys, you see the people that have left the church cult, we were the creme de la creme. You know, the OGs, we were the best they had. We were the best you got. And we've left. We were the ones who were breaking our back, pushing our kids in the buggy and outreach, you know, when it's raining with the plastic cover on it. I remember having my kids out when it's raining with the buggy, proving, because you got to walk up and down the street, innit? Mothers will be out there with their babies and the baby thing, speaking to randoms on the street, you know? You're pushing your baby. Do you get me? The podcast, yeah, I need to do up the podcast. Do you know what, guys? What I'm going to say to you is, this isn't even something that I'm announcing. I'm so extra. Just basically, guys, I'm going to start launching some new stuff on the 1st of April. So I'm going to be launching a few things, but I'm not going to talk about it because I don't want them to know my movements. So by the 1st of April, I'm going to be launching and announcing some new stuff. So watch this space. There's going to be some exciting stuff. And I'm kind of glad that it's happened like this. Like I just had my year, like mainly been on TikTok. Because I think it's kind of just a nice, natural, organic progression with the movement and the content and my healing journey and process. I think I've done, you know, I think I've done what's right for myself and what's right for my mental health and my healing journey. And now I want to try, you know, going into the new year, in April when it begins in my world. I want to start, you know, announcing some new stuff that I'm doing up. So yeah, I will be doing that. I will be doing that in April. So keep your eyes and ears peeled. So yeah, guys. Oh, what was I even doing up? Can't wait. Yes, sis, keep it hush hush. We don't want them to sabotage your plans. Yes, girl. Thank you, RFS tables. Yes, girl. I'm moving in silence, babe. I'm moving in silence. Thanks, Queen Ines. I'm moving in silence. Like they're not knowing your girl's movements, child. And I'm in a good space. Like, do you know what I mean? I'm in a good space because it's like it's only God that's got access to me, sweetie. I think the church gal them are more accessible than your girl at the moment. Them church gal them get about, child. Anyway, so they'll have you out there, rain, sleet, and snow. People will be out there with their buggies. Pregnant women will be there pacing up and down the streets. Guys, it's absolutely ridiculous. Like everything is about the cult. You have to give inordinate amounts of time to the cult. And you've got to be out there and you've got to be proving yourself. Like there's a lot of competition. Like even and the higher up you get in leadership, guys, I don't think you understand. They're stepping on people's necks, throats, and backs. There are pastors that I know of that have thrown their childhood friends under the bus in front of Bishop Richard Aye to feed him information so that he knows everyone's business in the church cult. So I'm going to end on this, but the reason why there's so much competition in these environments, in these settings, is because the leaders a lot of the time are sadistic and they actually get a kick out of it. That's what I believe. That's what I've seen. Seeing the members like compete, because it's almost like we become their pleasure. You know, like because they elevate themselves to that godlike. So they like to see how it all plays out. You know, like when they're putting us in competition because it's pleasurable for them. Do you know what I mean? For them to see, you know, church members like fighting over roles and who wants it the most and who wants to get to the pastor because they're guys, they're narcissists. It's all to feed the ego, and you know, this is the dark side, unfortunately, of these church cult settings that, you know, doesn't really get spoken about because I think it's taken some time. I think it took 18 years. It took 18 years of me being in absolute HELL. Absolute HELL. There was no autonomy. There was no freedom. It was a prison. I've never felt so trapped, and I've never felt so just controlled, broken down. I felt like I wasn't free. I felt like I wasn't free, like I didn't have freedom. But in there, they kind of really blindside you into thinking that you're free. Thank you, guys. They make you believe that you're free because, again, they change the meaning and concept of freedom. So what they say, who is, what's the scripture? I don't want to quote it wrong. I'm rusty. Who is free is truly free indeed. Those who are free in Christ. Is it something like that? If you know the scripture, please put the scripture in there. But I know it's something about who whatever I just said. Whoever is free indeed. It's that, like, they use them kind of scriptures and they bring them in. Whom the Son sets free is truly free indeed. Whom the Son sets free is truly free indeed. That's the verse. Where is it? Does anyone know? Whom the Son sets free is truly free indeed. So again, you're not feeling freedom. There is no freedom because you got the pastor dictating to you your every move, what you can, what you cannot do. But then they'll say scriptures like, whom the Son sets free is truly free indeed. Just like when you ask them, how do you heal? They'll bring you a scripture. The Lord says to trust in the Lord your God with all your heart. Lean not on your own understandings, and the Lord will make straight your paths. You know, it's like, no, but how do I heal? How do I heal, sir? Sir? How do I heal? You know, it's like, how do I heal, baby? You've just given me a regurgitated scripture, Jar. And they love to pull up a Proverbs 3:5, child. They love to pull up a Proverbs 3:5. When all else fails, they're ready to say, trust in the Lord. When all else fails, they're ready to say, there's another one that they like as well. The Lord's ways are not of our ways. The Lord's ways are higher. When they don't have an answer for your question. They'll be doing up that the Lord's ways are higher. You know, it's absolute human fecal matter. Or they'll say, yeah, they'll tell you to pray. The best thing is to pray, to keep coming, keep listening to the word of God, and the Lord will change your life. This is how they speak. It's so weird. It's almost like they're like a robot, and they're really, really indoctrinated. So they speak like this. They take on a different accent, and they're talking like this. It's like there's a malfunction in the machine when they can't answer a question that they're given an answer to, and that's on period, point blank. So Mame saying is John 8:36. Thank you, Queen. Thank you. How do you find making your own decisions in life outside the cult now when it comes to your other relationships? Oh, finally, a sensible question. Thank you, my love. Oh gosh. All right, I'm gonna take this back to when I first left, because I think it's important for me to talk about that, because I think I talk more about like the here and now, because I like to keep people in the present. But I just always forget that there's people that actually get out, don't they? They get out and they listen to my content. So in the beginning, I was in the trenches, the absolute trenches. I couldn't make a decision for myself. And I felt like I was going absolutely mad. One of the biggest decisions that I ever had to make, which was by myself, and I was really, really scared and thinking, am I going to ruin my life? Am I going to ruin my kids' life? Am I going to ruin everything? And that was making the decision to divorce and choosing myself. And I feel like when I made that decision, I think that's when I started to see me like just walking into my true authentic self, like, because I was finally free from everything, like all of the shackles, and I could be like my true authentic self. And so I think that was like one of the major decisions, but also small decisions, like just I remember going to choose some glasses and I was crying because I didn't know what I liked. What glasses do I like? What reading glasses? And I just chose some very plain Jane, bog standard, regular glasses, because I just didn't have any style or anything at the time, and I would say that part of making these decisions is also about like rediscovering self. So like kind of, like even your style, your fashion sense, like how you dress, your personality. All Black Diamond said, when I left religion, I found myself. Ditto. Twin, where have you been? Nobody knows me quite like you. Nobody gon' love me quite like you, girl. Yeah, come on, guys. Let's give her a round of applause. I think we need to. Let's get into. Yes, I agree. I absolutely agree. When I, that divorce, it wasn't only like a physical one where I was divorcing my ex-husband, I was also divorcing the church. Do you know what I mean? Like, guys, you see something like this will make you lose your damn man. Because a lot of people, they don't divorce. They don't divorce. They'll leave the church cult, and then that it's like for them because you got to be really strong-minded to then go through with the divorce when you know that you shouldn't be married, and you just married in there by bounded choice, yeah. And I'm not saying that's everyone's saying story, but it's going to be about 85% in the cut. That's facts. But it's everyone's path. It's what everybody wants to do. Do you know what I mean? Like, everybody has their own truth, their own decisions. So for me, it just started with little choices, but you know, there was tears. I got it wrong. My fashion sense, I wore some crazy stuff, but I was still getting the man them there. But yeah, no, the style was crazy. It was just like working through it, in it, like fashion faux pas, like making mistakes, but all to come to the place where you need to come to the place of IDGAF. You don't care. Do you get what I'm saying? Oh, and then you said, how does it come to making decisions to do with other relationships? Okay, I'm gonna say don't be desperate, because in the beginning I was very desperate to make friends, and I ended up making friends with 304 and gal them. Do you know what I mean? Just bottom of the barrel. Like, you can end up. Do you know what I mean, guys? And you're so vulnerable. Everything's new to you. You don't know what's what. You've been out of the game for a long time. I think it's better to just come out and just have like a hermit phase of just, and not isolating yourself. So you've still got an open heart and mind to form in new relationships and friendships and whatever. But it's more of a thing where you're guarding yourself, you're guarding your heart, you're protecting your energy, protecting your space, whatever ideology that you use, yeah. But just basically, you're protecting yourself and your energy and your space, yeah. Because you can open yourself up to very wicked people. Do you get what I'm saying? And you don't have the foresight to see the EVIL in that, because you're still very naive from the church cult, because they've indoctrinated you to be like a lamb, to be this person that gets walked all over like a rug and a doormat. So when you come out, you're going to be like a very people pleaser, like wanting to please everyone but yourself, wanting to, you know what I mean? So you got to, like, it was a slow process for me, like boundaries, also disconnecting from people that I don't feel, you know, yeah. So also, guys, how can I say this? Like, forming healthy friendships, but not being afraid to say, okay, this relationship or this friendship is not working for me, because you're evolving and you're growing, and it might come to a point in your life where you might not want certain people around you or be in certain spaces. Or like before, I was going to the clubs, in it, and I'm not saying, you know, you might see me in a little club here and there, do you know what I mean? But not like how I was when I was running from myself and I hated myself and I didn't love myself. And I'm not here to say that gal them that go to the club HATE themselves. No, that's what I'm saying. But if you find yourself in there Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and then you repeat the cycle, and that's your life, then I think there is some trauma that you need to address. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say. That's not from a judgy lens. That's just and that's for you. That's not for anyone else but you. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm not trying to put someone down or anything like that. Oh, thanks, third leg. Thank you, my love. Oh, okay. I'm just reading some comments on YouTube. Example for me, I still have to check with others before I make a decision, because I doubt my own decision making. Oh, yeah. You know what? RFS, I've just come out of that, you know. But again, that's what I'm saying. I had to go into a point of isolation, because it's not even really about any other people, because I've had to, like, not cut people off, but distance myself from people. And, you know, because it's about me, this is my life, I can't make it about other people, because I did that in the cult. So I don't really care how anyone else feels. I have to care about myself. So if I feel like, because you haven't healed enough, you're coming with this codependent trauma bond vibe, that's what you're trying to do up with me, and I can't do that. I can't become codependent on someone, be telling someone all my business, and then they throw back my business in my face. And I'm in a role where this is very public, because they're trying to do up that I'm a leader. I'm not a leader, B. Do you know what I'm saying? But I'm in a position where I'm putting myself out there, innit? So I can't be telling Tom, Dick, and Harry my business. So for me personally, I've had to go through this new transition of just like dependent on self. So if it's that I need to cry myself to sleep, like not always getting on the phone to check with someone, like an example, I always used to send my content to my sister. And I used to be like, oh, do you think this is all right? Is this a bit risque? It's a bit unorthodox. I'm not sure. Like, I might send it to her if I'm like, oh, Tony, this is a bit too much for the guidelines. But I always felt like I needed like approval or validation, or, oh, is this too much? Oh, if my sister says it's not too much, then I'll post it. But why? I then realized that I just needed to not care about what people think about me. Like, why do I give a F? Do you know what I mean? Like, I just got to be my authentic self. And yeah, sometimes I might get it wrong, but I just own it. Like, that's what I'm doing up. So, it's been a journey, but it's got to that point where I had to realize that I do form codependent trauma bond relationships with people because of my my trauma and my unresolved grief and my unresolved childhood issues. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I had to seek within. And when I sought within, I found that was what I was giving up. So I can't have friendships or relationships at the moment because I need to heal. I need to shed all of the unhealthy patterns. I need to heal from my trauma. But remember, guys, in summer, I might meet the love of my life, chat. So don't quote me. Don't quote me, bitch. But for now, this is where I'm at. This is my here and moment. This is my present day. And that's how I feel. I feel like I need to heal. I feel like I need to depend on Leah. And you know what, RFS, I want to just thank you so much for bringing up this question, because I've been having a lot of depressed days and a lot of down, like fighting for my mental health, like this, that, and the third. And on those days, I'm like, do you know what? At least I can make a decision now. At least I've got the freedom to be able to make a decision on my own. And that's the thing, like the most frustrating part when you leave these cults, like post-cult exit, they'll have you feeling like you're like a literal child, like a baby, because they make you so codependent, you're so dependent on the environment, like a pastor giving you an answer, telling you what to do, telling you what step to take. Remember, it's like remember at RFS in cult psychology, they have life mapping that they do up in there. You know, when you look at Stephen Hassan's bite model, I'm not sure if it comes under behavior, information, thought, or emotional control. It's one of them. But I feel like the life mapping, I feel like I'm leaning towards emotional control. But don't quote me. But that life mapping, it's like in the cult, they've got a map for your life. So in my cult, it's like you go to uni, you have a beloved, you finish uni, you have a beloved, or you start having a beloved during uni towards the years. Then you have a beloved, you get married, you become a pastor, you pastor a church, you get sent on the missions, and you go and build churches abroad. That is the life map for everybody in the church cult. So there's no individuality. All of the highest echelons of the church cult and the people that claim to be spiritual daughters and sons of the house, they'll all be in the ministry. They'll all be doing up church work, pastor this, pastor that, missions, this, that, and the third. Yeah, because their life is mapped out for them. There's no unconventional routes. That's why you've got, people who were doing really well in the entertainment industry, actors, this, that, and the third, and now they're building bricks and sand in Ghana. Because you can't be an actor and be in the cult. You have to give up your acting because it's of the world, it's evil, it's this, that, and the third. And now they got you being their main spokesman, selling yourself like you were selling yourself in the world, but this time you're not getting as much money. That's what Dag will do to you. Dag will finish you. He'll rinse you dry. He'll rob you of your opportunities like he did to me and like he did to Kaya Day. That's what they'll do. That's what they'll do up in there. They'll rob people of their dreams, young, talented people on the road to stardom. But they see it like they sell it to you and they're like, fame is EVIL, it's from the devil, when all Dags ever wanted to be is famous. But them young people in there, like all of those people that came after me that think that they're big and bad now because they've been a pastor for a couple of years, they don't know. We've seen the OGs, we've seen Dag wanting to be a mega church pastor. Dags wanted to be like the YT televangelist for all his life. Dag had a TV station that flopped back in the day. He wanted to have his own TV station to be like the YT televangelist. Dag has flopped in most things that he's done, Chow. He's wanted to be this televangelist for years and years. That's all he's wanted was fame. He's been seeking fame and fortune his whole blood clot life. That's what we clocked. It's the Dag show. It's all about Dag. It's all about money. It's all about Dagito. That's all it's about, Chow. Do you know what I mean? So when you clock it, that's why all the older people are leaving. You're seeing people in there that's been there for 20 years, 18 years, 15 years, 30 years. They're cutting out. Bye. See ya. They want to live the rest of the last bit of their life. They want to have a bit of freedom, man. They want to breathe. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, that's the vibes in there, man. They absolutely take the mick. Dag is an absolute tyrant and dictator. That's what they're doing up in there. And this is my truth. This is my truth. I'm not trying to whatever. I'm just saying exactly what it was for me, because that's exactly how it felt. And that's exactly what it was. That's exactly what it is. And that's exactly what it will always be on period point blank chat. I thought I heard you say you were dating a rich guy. Maybe it wasn't your live. I might have mistaken you for someone else. Oh no, I've said that's what I attract. That's what I attract is wealthy men, but I'm not dating at the moment, my love. Do you know what I mean? I'm definitely not dating. Have you seen my core? I'm definitely not on the market, yeah. I'm riding solo, you know, like doing my healing. Do you know what I mean? Just trying to survive outside in these streets. I'm cold turkey. I'm doing it all. I'm trying to heal. I'm trying to take this holistic healing route and depending on God, you know, for me getting through day to day. Yeah, they do steal your. I want to say I prefer to say I think possess. I think I'd like to say possess your soul, and that's why they get you to come and do up that little sinner's prayer. What is that? That's not even in the Bible. Like they've just made it up. What was it? I stand here today before you, Lord. You know, they do this like sinner's prayer, and then they get you to speak to Satan, and they say, Satan, get behind thee. You no longer have control over my life. No, these mega church pastors are wild, child. Oh my God, they're wild. Let's give them a round of applause. Come on, guys, because they put on a show. They put on a show, and every week they're here to entertain us. They're here to entertain us, and they're here to put on a show. They sabotage you and prevent you from advancing. Yes. They're dream unalivers. They steal your destiny. They rob you of your talents, and they use it all. They siphon your energy, and they rinse you dry, and they manipulate you, your giftings, your talents, your calling, and they make it another thing with the life mapping as well. Is, you know, everyone's so intricately designed and created, and you know there's like different elements of us. So some of us might be singers, so someone might have the talent to juggle. You know what I mean? Like, just, you know, everyone's got their own unique thing. Like, but it's like they put you into a box and they say, you know, you can only do this, like be a pastor or, you know, be in the music ministry or do dances. So a lot of people's like giftings and talents, it gets like stunted. It's like stunted growth because people can't express their true selves in there. It's like it's a one size for all, one size fits all kind of vibe. So it's like, you know, they've got, guys, it's like one size of clothing. The clothing is just one size. So people can be large, extra large, small, extra. You got to make it work, chat. You got to make it work. You got to put on that one size fit, and you got to make it work, chat. He might be the next Macedo. Oh no, that's what he is. That him and Macedo are right there. You know, I believe that Doug is filthy rich, and that's how corrupt he is. We don't know his net worth. That's how corrupt my man is, yeah. Oh yeah, oh my gosh, look, Eco Fortunes is on there. I come here just as I am, a sinner. Yeah, and they say I don't deserve to be saved. This, that, yeah, they do a whole thing. But this is an OG. So this was like the original sinner's prayer that they were doing up back in the 90s. You get me? Because the first service, that's not our sinner's prayer. Yeah, because your church has been around. Sweetheart, I have items of clothing that are older than First Love Church Cult, okay? So I'm going to hold your hand when I say this to you. You're pretty new. All right, my love. You're a new religious movement. You're an offshoot cult of the major cult that the cult leader discarded many years ago, okay, my lovely? All right. I think that First Love is about the same age as my eldest daughter. All right, sweetie. I think that's probably where she would have started to start moving into as First Love. All right, my love. So the little sinner's prayer that you're doing up, just like your grace and whatever that you do up in there, they've changed it up. Thanks for the follow, babe. Oh, I love your rainbow and everything in there. Spreading joy. It's giving that. But could you also spread some joy on my main account? It's Leo Lauder 7, please, because they're trying to get your girl off the net. They don't want your girl to get a 10k following, because then I'll have the playlist feature, which will absolutely just blow it out of the water. Because then I can have my cult exit folder where anyone who wants to, who's just come out of the cult, bam, they go into that folder. It's just bare cult exit content. You get me? Then if you want Karis content, it's all in there. RPF is all in there. So you don't have to look any further but my playlist feature, and there you will find all the videos. So please, I literally have 6 accounts. Oh, okay. Oh, look. Oh, thanks, hon. I love your vibe. I love your energy. I love the color. I love the color hearts it's giving. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to go to the last questions now on YouTube. This has been an absolutely amazing live, guys. Hasn't it? Ooh, let's have another glass. And you know what, guys? I was really a bit apprehensive about coming on and doing all the lives at once because my setup, guys, I'm gonna get someone to come and record me when I'm like this, because I want to show, you know, like the beginning days, like when I used to prop the phone up against the apocrypha. You know, because I've got my laptop out, this other phone is, oh, thanks, Ines, I appreciate you, man. And big up the survivor, you know who you are, who purchased me this tripod, because my other one broke and I'm using the one that she actually got me. So I just want to say big her up, because she's an absolute queen. And so it's coming really handy with the other one that's broken. All right, let's see. Are the pastors mostly African? I mean, West African. In my church cult, yes, because it's a Ghanaian Christian fundamentalist cult. So the cult leader is Ghanaian, but he always likes to remind us that he's half Ghanaian and half Swiss. He has to make it clear that he's got that Swiss blood in him, yeah. So yes, yes, they mostly are. Then you've got your token kind of whitey and ambiguous faces in there that they put on the promo every little chance that they get. You know, because you know, they think that they can save these other races and whatever through having the whitey face on there. Apparently, according to my cult leader, in order for the whitey people to get saved in the UK, they need to make sure that they've got whitey faces in all of the ministries where they're seen. Oh, Crystal, you're back just in time. Have you seen that content when Dad tells all of the black faces to get off the stage, and he says he's never seen so many whitey faces in his life before in one of his camps, and then he tells everybody to get off the stage and puts the whiteys there and says that they're going to save the UK because they've got the Esther anointing. Do you remember, my love? I was finally able to come out as a lesbian last week, because I don't know if I can say it, girl. They report up everything on here after being in the church for 8 years. Oh, what's that one? Celebrate good times. Come up. Celebrate. Woo! Celebrate good times. Come on. Woo! Let's celebration. Ooh, you go, girl. You go, girl. I love it for you. You go, girl. You know, they're going to be like, oh, look, she endorses the LGBTQ+. Oh, my God. Thank you. We got a confetti. Yeah. Congratulations. I'm so happy for you. Yeah, to just be your own authentic self. And that's why you know, like the LGBTQ+ community, it really resonates with me. You know, having been like locked up, they can't let me out. No. You know, when I was in there for 18 years, feeling like you can't be your true self, like you're trapped. You're like, you know what I'm saying, girl? So that's why it resonates. Oh, I'm so happy for you that you're free, man, and you're living your true, authentic life and yourself. And thank you for feeling like you could come on here, Queen, and you could come on and you could share. I don't think you know, I don't even want to get emotional. I promise I didn't want to do it. Sorry. Because I just know that you guys are in some of the most ostracized groups. And it just makes me feel so touched when you feel like you can come in this space and you can speak your truth and you can be you. It really, really does touch my heart. So thank you so much, my love. And I wish you all the happiness and everything, all the good things that life will bring. I wish it for you on this new journey that you're going on, okay? Let me know how it goes. Oh God, this is emotional today. I'm going to start winding down, guys, because that's really good news. So I want to just end it on a high note. But Eco Fortunes ain't letting me go. She's an OG member. And she's saying that Doug said he was born in Kensington and Chelsea. And he lying. I'm from the ghetto of Kensington and Chelsea, child. He a liar and the truth ain't in him, child. No, he weren't. Where you be born at? Where was you born at? I need to see that birth certificate, child. I ain't taking your word for it a while. All right, I'm going to go to YouTube comments. TikTok, Instagram. If you have any final comments, please let me know. I'm going to be back on tomorrow. I think it's been an absolutely wonderful live, guys. I've been buzzing. I might go back on TikTok, but YouTube, you know what I'm going to start doing up? Just putting up my raw, unedited material from TikTok. I'm gonna take a day out this week to just upload on YouTube. And I need to do a bit more content. So I'm going to be doing up YouTube. You're going to be seeing me more, but you are going to, sometimes you're going to get depressed, Leah, on here some days. You just going to get me on here crying. Because I think it's time that YouTube see my unhinged. Someone said I'm so unhinged. They love it the other day. And I was like, thanks, girl. Do you know what I mean? Because I feel like unhinged people are the most entertaining rock stars, legendary people of all time. So thank you so much, guys. I've appreciated you all for being here. Yeah, so we've got this Crystal girl. She's with her hating herself in the comments. She's just talking to herself, child. These trolls are great. They done lost their mind. Someone called the sheriff. Someone called the sheriff. Someone called the sheriff on this queen chat. Goes, Sheriff, I've got a broad that's absolutely irritated at the mouth. Could you please come and get her? There's been a malfunction with the robot detection of the programming from the church code. I'm going to need a whole force here to come and collect Crystal. She's on YouTube, these online YouTube streets, looking like an absolute fool. So please, can we come and get her? Let's come and get her. Let's get the force out. All right, guys. Do you know what, guys? I'm gonna just say this for no fear here. There is no fear in her. There's no fear. I'm gonna do this last one because I think this is really, really funny. Okay, and this is Nar Tete from YouTube. She's a severely indoctrinated member. She's most likely first or second generation Ghanaian. And that's important, guys, because the cult is, as I said, a Christian Ghanaian fundamentalist cult. So Dag actually, you know, Dag, if you listen to Dag's preaching, he puts down Ghanaians a lot. That's all I'm going to tell you. Do you get what I'm saying? But because they've got the internalized YT a lave master mindset, they actually worship the YT man over there. Don't you know? Don't you, sweetie? So before you come on here, girl, try to tell me what to do, saying this, that, and the third, try to bring up scriptures and talk about acts and this, that, and the third, babe. You might want to go and deprogram yourself and de-indoctrinate yourself, child, from the YT colonialist slave master mindset, because you're still thinking like that. When you look at me, you see a Obroni. So until you've gone and done some deconstruction on those ideologies, then you don't really have any chat for me, my love. Not on YouTube and not in real life, yeah? So on that note, does he have a ring on his finger other than a wedding ring? Yeah, people have said that Dag's into like this ring thing, like there could be connection to juju, because you know his brethren, Archbishop Duncan Williams. I know there's been series allegedly. Everything that I say on all my content is allegedly. I'm going to do some little disclaimer videos for all of my social platform. As the year is progressing, I'm going to be doing other stuff. I need to just put up a video saying everything is allegedly. It's all alleged. It's all alleged. It's all alleged, baby. Yeah. Oh, look. The Missy on Instagram saying, we love you, Crystal. We love you, baby. This is all for you. The day you grow a brain cell or two, we'll be waiting for you, boo. Oh my God. Oh, nah. This gal, not only is she a comedian, but she's a whole literature. Oh, God. Girl, are you a literary agent? I mean, what is going on? You're like an author. You're giving author, comedian, like very creative. All right, guys, let me get off here. It's been a really good run on TikTok. I appreciate y'all. TikTok, I might be on later. But I'm gonna just like say bye to everybody now. I think I'm gonna start with Instagram. Thank you so much for watching, for being here. I appreciate y'all. I have been on here showing you guys love because you've been showing me love. And wherever I'm getting shown love, I'm gonna be there, Jack. Because I do love to be shown some love because I'm a lover at heart. So if you show me love, I'm going to give you love or whatever. So thank you so much for joining me. I absolutely adore you. And I'll see you tomorrow. I'll be back on tomorrow. All right, guys. So, YouTube, thank you so much for joining me. It's been absolutely amazing, hasn't it? It's been great. I love YouTube. I love coming on and seeing the YouTubers. And as I said, I'm really sorry that it's taken me so long to come and do another video and do another live. But as I said, I have been, like fighting for my mental health for a couple of weeks now. So I haven't really been putting much content out there because I am just a survivor healing. But thank you so much for joining us. I want to big up the troll Crystal, especially because, girl, you have really helped to move and bump this algorithm. You have put in the work on this live, girl. You have really wet. You have wept for the Lord. You have labored. You have labored in the field tonight. You have really labored. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord send manna from heaven to fall upon you. Miracle blessings. May miracle blessings find you. May you be the first and not the last. And if you are the last, may you be the first, because the last will become the first and the first shall become the last. Oh! I love me some fake mega church cult acting, Jan. And on that note, YouTube, I love you. I'm going to end the stream. Thank you so much for coming. It's been an absolute pleasure and honor. I shall see you tomorrow. I'm trying to become a little bit more consistent with YouTube. So I will be back tomorrow ready to expose the church cults. It's what I love doing best. So just keep an eye out. I'm going to put a video in the day. I will part these little videos. I'm going to do little shorts like saying, oh, I'm going to be coming on live, because I know I can schedule it, but it never works. But I'll try to do that in a video tomorrow. Love you, YouTube. I'll see you tomorrow. Sweet dreams.